Good evening and thank you for joining us. We begin tonight as the Alberta Serious Incident Response Team is investigating a fatal collision near the town of Jenner. It started today in Medicine Hat as a domestic dispute and ended on a rural road in tragedy. The accident has closed Highway 884 between Jenner and the Trans-Canada Highway at the junction of Highway 554. There's no word tonight on when the road will be reopened. The incident began in the Crestwood area of Medicine Hat and ended north of Suffield as a vehicle crashed into a semi-truck, killing a man and a woman. It's believed the driver of the rig is a man in his 30s who was taken to hospital in Medicine Hat with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say a female in the Crestwood area called 911 this morning and appeared to be in distress. When they arrived on scene, members forced their way into the residence and found that it had already been vacated. From evidence found in the home, police believe the woman was in danger of being harmed. Officers quickly set up containment points around the city of Medicine Hat and located a suspect vehicle a short time later. It was traveling westbound on the Trans-Canada as police attempted to pull the vehicle over, but the driver failed to stop. A pursuit was initiated to the city limits, where members of the RCMP then took over responsibility for the pursuit. A while later, the suspect vehicle was involved in a serious collision near Jenner. It's not clear what role the RCMP may have played in the incident. However, as police officers may have been involved, ACERT is now been assigned to investigate the circumstances. ACERT's Director Clifton Purvis confirms he has sent a team to the crash site to investigate, while Chief of Police Andy McGrogan confirms the incident did in fact happen in Medicine Hat.
We had an incident that occurred in Medicine Hat that carried on out into the RCMP jurisdiction, that the RCMP took over a primary, and at this time, their ACERT has been handed the scene, the investigation, and they're looking after the file.
We received word that there was a collision that occurred and that it may have involved members of the RCMP. So the early information in relation to this incident is that the RCMP were involved somehow. One of our investigative teams out of Calgary, which is en route to the scene, and they'll conduct an investigation and determine first of all, whether members of the RCMP were involved and whether or not they caused the serious injury or death that was reported in this case.
While the Alberta Serious Incident Response Team is conducting the investigation into the pursuit and the fatal collision, the Medicine Hat Police Service and the RCMP are conducting a joint investigation into the events that led to the pursuit being initiated in the first place. The investigation surrounding the shooting of a local man by police is now complete. The results of the Medicine Hat police investigation have been sent to the Provincial Crown Prosecutor's Office for review. The Crown will also determine what, if any, charges will be laid. The review was conducted after Medicine Hat police responded to a report of a distraught male in possession of a firearm in September. When officers arrived on scene, they were met with a suspect exiting a home carrying a weapon. Police then fired multiple shots, resulting in the man being rushed to hospital with serious injuries. Medicine Hat's Chief of Police Andy McGrogan says the case is now out of the hands of the city.
We're not recommending. We're giving them the investigation and we're having them look at the details and tell us what they think we have in the way of charges.
Police also say the man is recovering from the injuries he sustained during the incident. It's been nearly half a year since the trial of Herr Softic wrapped up. He's the former massage therapist who was accused of sexual assault, and today he was found not guilty. The 35-year-old Softic was charged with 8 counts of sexual assault. This after 6 of his female clients came forward with allegations of inappropriate touching between 2009 and 2011. This morning in provincial court, some of Softic's accusers wept openly as the judge found him not guilty. Here now are the results from this week's web poll question. We wanted to know what your Christmas spending plans are this year. More than half of all respondents saying they plan on spending less money, while 43% saying they'll spend about the same as last year. Only 6% plan on spending more this year. We'll have a new web poll question for you beginning on Monday. The West Star landfill fire has been burning since Monday. A local state of emergency is still in effect for Cypress County as the blaze continues to burn. Now, Alberta Health Services has taken the measure of expanding its air quality advisory to Medicine Hat after the wind changed direction yesterday. Jeanette Liu has more.
Alberta Health Services issued an air quality advisory for the city after winds from the east caused smoke from a nearby landfill fire to move into Medicine Hat. But despite the warning, lead medical officer for Alberta Health Services, Vivian Satorp, says most city residents should not be alarmed.
There are mobile units that are checking the air because there still is a smell of smoke in parts of Medicine Hat. And at this point, and last night as well, we're continually monitoring that, and all monitors are showing that exposure is like the particulate matter, for example, is all within acceptable limits.
But for others with respiratory problems, Satorp says they may notice a worsening of their symptoms, and in cases like these, they should take necessary precautions.
It may exacerbate some underlying lung conditions, why with a general air quality advisory, we recommend people who have conditions such as asthma, for example, to stay indoors.
The advisory was issued days after a fire began at the West Star landfill in Cypress County, near where Highways 41 and 41A intersect. The county's fire chief, Dennis Mann, says since the county is still in a state of emergency.
The toxins in the atmosphere were at such a level that we needed to initiate a state of local emergency, and as a result, issue a mandatory evacuation zone for an area of 1.5 miles in all directions from the landfill site.
As for Medicine Hat, Alberta Health Services says they'll continue to monitor the city's air quality. Jeanette Liu, Chat News.
At the moment, there are currently 6 air monitoring units located across Medicine Hat. Emergency management officials are saying they are trying to ensure residents get back in their homes in a safe and timely manner. Today, Mayor Ted Clouston said that officials with Cypress County, in consultation with the city of Medicine Hat, have hired Hellfire Suppression Services, a company specializing in fighting landfill fires. And that had Fire Chief Dennis Mann saying today firefighters may finally be able to turn the corner in battling the fire.
We're very confident that Ryan and his team will extinguish this fire in a timely fashion, and that will be starting immediately.
Hellfire says it will undertake to remove all the materials in the pit using heavy equipment. They say if the fire was left to smolder, it could burn for another 5 years. However, they're estimating the time frame for putting out the fire ranges from 10 to 25 days.
Financial Markets brought to you by TD Wealth, helping families make their wealth dreams a reality.
Here now is a look at today's closing market numbers. The dollar finished up slightly to end the week at 95.08 cents U.S. The TSX Composite Index was up 3 points to close at 13,478, while the Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 54 basis points to sit at 16,064. Gold was down 10 cents today to close at $1,243.50 U.S., while natural gas was up, closing at $3.78, and oil losing 60 cents, closing at $94.84 U.S. per barrel. Alberta Conservatives are meeting in Red Deer this weekend for the party's annual convention. Premier Alison Redford's leadership will be under review. The Premier kicked things off tonight with a keynote speech. And shortly afterwards, a secret vote by delegates on Redford's leadership got underway and will continue until tomorrow. Under the Tories' constitution, the Premier must get 50% plus one of the vote to stay on as party leader. About 1,500 delegates are expected to attend this weekend. America marked a grim day in that nation's history today. 50 years ago, President John F. Kennedy was assassinated while riding in a motorcade in Dallas. Today in that city, a touching tribute to the 35th President of the United States.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies.
It took 50 years, but at last, an official ceremony on the very spot where President Kennedy was assassinated. At the exact moment gunshots rang out across Dealey Plaza 5 decades ago. Today, bells tolled as a crowd of 5,000 stood in somber reflection.
We watched the nightmarish reality that in our front yard, our president had been taken from us, taken from his family, taken from the world.
Every year, millions of people visit the grassy knoll to witness the site of the gruesome murder. City leaders wanted this anniversary to focus on the president's legacy instead.
I hope that President Kennedy would be pleased with our humble efforts towards fulfilling our country's highest calling, that of providing the opportunity for all citizens to exercise those inalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
No one from President Kennedy's family attended this ceremony, but organizers say they had the Kennedy family's blessing. Historian David McCullough paid tribute to President Kennedy's speeches, reading the words that inspired a generation.
We choose to go to the moon
in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
A new monument was unveiled in Dealey Plaza, the last paragraph of the speech President John F. Kennedy was supposed to give that day in Dallas, November 22nd, 1963. Words left unspoken, but chiseled in stone forever.
All right, stay tuned. We'll have weather and sports coming up after the break.
Brought to you by the new Lotto 649, now with a guaranteed $1 million prize every draw.
It's that time of year when everybody's smiling.
With 10 games and a guaranteed prize in every pouch, the Player's Choice Mega Pack is the gift that's guaranteed to bring out smiles this holiday season. Another reason to smile? The Tech the Halls Internet Contest.
Let's put it all on the table. There are pancakes, and there are flippin' pancakes. Introducing stack-of-the-art pancakes from Perkins. They're available anytime, so we'll be flipping them all flippin' day. Perkins, putting it all on the table.
There's no duster like the ultimate fuzzy duster. Advanced microfiber heads pick up what most other dusters leave behind. And with a telescopic extension, it reaches where others can't. Clean difficult blinds with ease. 360-degree dusting covers more area with less effort. And the reusable microfiber dusting heads are simple to change and machine washable. Pick up the ultimate fuzzy duster. Only at Home Hardware and Building Center locations. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
I need a little taste of home. A little taste of home.
Enjoy Canada's favorite coffee at home, one cup at a time, with Tim Hortons' new single-serve coffee cups, compatible for use in Keurig K-Cup brewers.
Let's put it all on the table. There are pancakes, and there are flippin' pancakes. Introducing stack-of-the-art pancakes from Perkins. They're available anytime, so we'll be flipping them all flippin' day. Perkins, putting it all on the table.
Welcome back. Let's get right to the AccuWeather forecast. And mostly cloudy today. Cold and cloudy, and you could really smell the smoke from the landfill fire. Normal temperatures for this time of year haven't moved. Our high, -10, that coming at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. -13 was our high. That was just about an hour ago. Sun rose this morning at 7:47. Sunset at 4:31, and right now it is -12 in Medicine Hat under cloudy conditions. Winds have shifted from the south, 6 kilometers per hour. Taking a look around the province right now, you can see Brooks -15 under mostly clear skies. Lethbridge 1 degree behind that. Bow Island at -11. Calgary under mostly clear skies at -7. Taking a look into Saskatchewan, much colder in parts of that province. You can see Regina at -26 right now. It's -33 with the wind chill factor. The good news is, come kickoff time on Grey Cup on Sunday, it'll be +1 and cloudy. You can see Leader at -15 under cloudy skies. Maple Creek at -10. Taking a look at the next 48 hours, it is good news. We see this high pressure system moving from the north out of the way. One moving in from the west brings us some warmer temperatures. So we're going to have sunny temperatures on sunny skies on Saturday and Sunday, as well as temperatures reaching above the freezing mark. Brooks, your overnight low -16, partly cloudy overnight. Tomorrow, your daytime high -1, mostly sunny skies. Leader, your overnight low, you'll dip down to -17, partly cloudy conditions. Tomorrow, your daytime high is -3 and mostly sunny, and not a lot of wind either. Maple Creek, your overnight low, you'll hit -13. Partly cloudy skies, winds out of the south, slight winds out of the south. Maple Creek, your overnight low is going to, or tomorrow, -2 and sunny with winds out of the south at 24 kilometers per hour. And here in Medicine Hat, we'll get down to -13, partly cloudy overnight. Tomorrow, our daytime high -1 and mostly sunny, winds out of the southwest at 23 kilometers per hour. Taking a look at the 7-day extended forecast, good news. Sunny on Saturday, a high of -1. And then on Sunday for Grey Cup, it's going to be +1 and sunny. And look at the lows, they're not terribly low. And then we get in above the temperatures for Monday. All right, stay tuned. Coming up after the break, Braden is, hey, in with a look at sports.
Mondays, get your cray-cray on.
I have a passion. It's taking life and turning it into a series of crazy stories. Good times.
How I Met Your Mother, 9 Monday on City.
The Black Friday Sealy mattress sale is starting early at the Brick. Get 50% off the Sealy Eurotop Queen set. It's only $4.99. Or get 52% off the Sealy Posturepedic Eurotop with gel memory foam, only $5.75. For Sealy mattresses, nobody beats the Brick.
Maple Avenue Furniture is moving. Well, it's not quite what you might think. It's their furniture that's moving. Maple Avenue Furniture has the latest in motion furniture. Simply adjust your recliner to any position for maximum relaxation. Furniture with infinite positioning and superb comfort. At Maple Avenue Furniture, it's the furniture that's moving, and you should see it. Find the newest in bedroom suites with underbed storage, home theater designs, and motion recliners. Get moving in style. See the newest in motion furniture at Maple Avenue Furniture today.
Look at you. You're looking all hot on that brioche bun, baby.
That's not weird. It's not weird at all.
Wendy's Bacon Portobello Mushroom Melt. A new buttery brioche bun and rich portobellas in a melty cheese sauce.
No, that's better.
Do you know where to find Canada's favorite breakfast sandwich? You know, the one that's made fresh, hot, melty, and oh so delicious. Well, you can always find it right next to Canada's favorite coffee. The Tim Hortons Hot Breakfast Sandwich. Made fresh to order and served nice and hot. For a limited time only, try the new Jalapeno Biscuit Breakfast Sandwich. Just $2.89.
It's time for Tim's.
No matter what happens, there's work that needs doing, and we're on it. It's your province, and we look after it for you. We're the Alberta Union of Provincial Employees. Your working people.
These crunchy cheesy bites look awesome.
I know. Thing is, everybody's going to hear us eating them.
It's the crunch that everyone craves. The all-new Crunchy Cheesy Bites Pizza, only from Pizza Hut. Make it great.
The Brick, Canada's appliance giant, home of the unbeatable installation experts. This weekend, Black Friday comes early. Get this LG French door fridge only $12.99. This LG high-efficiency top-load washer and matching dryer is only $12.99. Nobody beats the Brick, the appliance giant.
Welcome back, everyone. A marquee matchup tonight in the Western Hockey League as the top team in the East, the Medicine Hat Tigers, welcome the best squad in the West, the Everett Silvertips, to the arena for the only meeting of the season between these two teams. The Orange and Black were looking to win their second straight contest. Logan Aisman, the Medicine Hat product, playing for the Everett Silvertips once again this season in front of his friends and family. Let's get to the action, shall we? Everett wasting no time getting on the board. Under 2 minutes in, former Red Deer Rebel Matt Pufall walks in, finds some room, and fires a laser beam past Wapple. 1-0 for the visitors. Later, the Tigers with a turnover. Matt Fontaine comes in, but Daniel Wapple is equal to the task, and he makes the big stop. At the other end of the ice, it's the Silvertips with a turnover of their own. Miles Koulis feeds Hunter Shinkarik, who feeds Logan McVeigh, but he cannot finish it off. More from the Orange and Black attack. Trevor Cox flips it down the ice. Austin Lotz makes the easy stop. Kyle Becker with some speed, but he cannot beat the goaltender in tight. A bit later, the Tigers will be rewarded as Tyler Lewington finds the speedy Trevor Cox, who flies in and scores a beauty. We're tied at 1. That's his 6th of the season. Before the period is done, the officials decide to not blow the whistle as both clubs were fighting for control. Eventually, it's Josh Windquist picking it up and scoring. It's 2-1. In the second, the Tigers on the PP. Lewington to Cox. He shoots, but the orange and black cannot jam it home. Later in the frame, Medicine Hat caught on a bit of a change. Manraj Hayer feeds who else? Windquist. It's 3-1, and that's his 2nd of the night. 3-1 tips. Just 11 seconds later, great breakout from the visitors. Hayer cross ice to Tyler Sandu, and he makes no mistake, a pretty one. Just like that, it's 4-1. But it's the Silver Tips who keep rolling after the Tigers timeout. Windquist in all alone, but Wapple makes the stop. The Tabbies will wake up in the late stages of the second. Sanford to Trevor Cox. He shoots, and Curtis Volk is Johnny on the spot. That is his 10th of the season, and it's 4-2. Around 40 seconds later, Volk back to Dylan Brado. He fires, and Volk is there to redirect it past Lotz. And boy, oh boy, the fans were all pumped up because it's a 1-goal game. In the third, Matt Pooh fall off to the races, but Wapple comes up huge to keep his team in it. But the Silver Tips were just too much on this night. They win this hockey game, make the final 4-3. Daniel Wapple making 28 saves in a losing cause. At the other end of the ice, Austin Lotz stopped 23 shots for the victory. As we showed you, Josh Windquist leading the charge for Everett. He had 3 points. Met Hat product Curtis Volk was the second star with his 2 goals. With the loss, the Tigers' record slipping to 16-6-3 on the season, which is still good for first place in the Eastern Conference. Medicine Hat will look to rebound tomorrow night at home when Boston Lear and the Regina Pats come to town. It's a 7:30 start, and as always, Bob Ridley has the call on Chat 94.5 FM. Staying on the junior hockey front, the defending RBC Cup champion Brooks Bandits were back in action tonight at home, hooking up with the Sherwood Park Crusaders. The Bandits were going for their 4th straight win, while the Crusaders were attempting to take their 3rd straight. And the Bandits had no issues with the Crusaders tonight as they win big. 7-2 is the final out in Brooks, so the fans go home happy. 7 different goal scorers for the Bandits in this one. Both Mark Logan and Madison Smiley had 3-point nights with 1 goal and 2 helpers each. Michael Frederick was strong between the pipes for Brooks, making 20 saves in the victory. With the win, the Bandits improved to 18-8-3 on this season, and tonight was their 4th straight win, as we mentioned. The Bandits will be back in action tomorrow when the Drayton Valley Thunder come to the CRA. It's a 7 p.m. start. Staying with junior hockey, the Medicine Hat Cubs have not been in action for quite some time. In fact, the last time they played was all the way back on Sunday, November the 10th, when they lost in overtime in Cochrane. The Cubs were supposed to play last weekend, but due to the roads, they were not able to make the trip to Cochrane. Medicine Hat is not in action this weekend either, but head coach Jason Bartram and goalie Cole Schaefer admit the layoff is helping the team out a bit.
We've played 17 games this year. We've probably had 5 games with a full roster, so it's given us a chance to get some guys back skating here in practice the last couple of weeks without playing, and hopefully we'll be ready to go come next weekend.
Got our guys all rested up there. Lots are coming back to practice. We got a few, like Larry Shell's back to practice. So it's definitely good. Get those guys skating, week off, get the legs moving, couple quick practices, some fun things, team bonding.
The next game for the Cubs is next Saturday when the Cochrane Generals make their way to the Kinplex. It's a 7:45 start. The Gas City has posted a record of 8-1 so far this season. Staying on the ice, the Southeast Athletic Club's midget AAA Tigers were on the road tonight in Calgary facing off with the Royals, but the Gas City squad coming up short as they lose 6-1. The Orange and Black fall to 3-8-2 on the campaign. The Tigers will try to bounce back tomorrow when they meet up with the Calgary North Stars in the afternoon, and that game goes in Cowtown. Staying on the frozen waters, it's a big weekend for Ringette right here in the Gas City. Part 1 of the Ed Horvath Interprovincial Tournament kicked off this afternoon at a number of rinks in Medhat, including the Family Leisure Centre, of course. Teams are coming from all over to take part in one of the biggest tourneys in our province. The action will wrap up on Sunday with the finals. It was a pretty busy night for Rattler Athletics. The volleyball clubs welcomed the Augustana Vikings to the Snake Pit. The MHC men defeated the Vikings 3-1. Meantime, the Rattler ladies were blanked by the visitors from Augustana 3-0. The Medicine Hat College Rattler basketball squads were on the road in Edmonton, squaring off with the Nadukes. The MHC ladies fell 80-57, and the Rattler guys also losing by a count of 82-73. And Michael Popove, we cannot forget that the Grey Cup goes this weekend.
No.
Hamilton in Saskatchewan to take on the Riders. And who's going to win?
I think Saskatchewan's going to win. How about you?
I'm going with Saskatchewan. I just think Corey Sheets is a better running back than CJ Gable. I think it's going to come down to rushing.
There's going to be a lot of people that are not going to quite sure what to do with themselves if they lose on Monday morning here in the province of Saskatchewan as well.
Yeah, I'm guessing a lot of people will be calling in sick regardless of the outcome because they may be having a few wobbly pops.
Hey, thanks for coming and visiting me during weather. That was nice to say hello. I really.
Yeah, I thought I'd, walk in there and kind of steal a bit of your thunder, but.
That is all the time we have for tonight's show. Thank you for watching and have a nice weekend and enjoy the Grey Cup.
Good night.